It's one of the most incredible structures on the entire Alaska Highway. A massive curved bridge made completely out of wood. And to see it, we had to do something we haven't done in months. Drive backwards. Welcome back, fellow travelers. Join us for the grand finale of our Epic Alaska RV Adventure as we bring our journey full circle in Dawson Creek, British Columbia. From the Buffalo Inn at Pink Mountain, we head south on the Alcan to the Mile Zero marker post. And a rainy good morning to you. We're starting to think there's a pattern here. It seems every time we're ready to pull up stakes, we get a free RV wash to go with it. All right, first things first, we have to navigate our way out of here. This isn't your standard back out and go situation. We need to thread the needle through this empty site in front of us. It's just wide enough for the rig, so we're taking it slow and steady, watching that sharp turn at the end. And we're clear. Perfect. Now we can finally hit the highway. The further south we go, the nicer the road becomes. We're kind of finishing this journey on easy mode. I almost want to wave down the northbound RVers and pass a warning to them. They have no idea what's waiting for them in a few hundred miles. And it's not just the pavement. The other thing that gets a whole lot nicer heading south? The price at the pump. We're finally seeing numbers that don't make your wallet cry. But man, those folks heading north are in for some serious sticker shock. With every mile that clicks by on the odometer, it's really starting to sink in. These are our last moments on the Alaska Highway. And while I can't say we'll miss every single frost heave, this journey, this entire experience, is something that's going to stick with us forever. As we cross the wide expanse of the Peace River, it's hard not to think about all the other rivers we've navigated. There have been dozens of them, some on massive bridges like this, and others on those little ferries that felt like a trip back in time. There's the sign for our campground, our final stop on the Alcan. And right away, the signs of civilization are everywhere. After so much time in the quiet wilderness, the traffic and industry of Dawson Creek are a sudden reminder that this part of our adventure is truly over. Okay, pulling up to the office to get our spot. From a quick look around, it's clear we won't have any trouble. It seems there's plenty of space to choose from. Now let's go make it official. Well, it doesn't get much easier than that. We just head straight in, take the second left, and our spot, number 20, should be right there on the right. For anyone wondering, at this time, a full hookup site here runs about $47 Canadian for a 30 amp service, and a little more if you need 50. And believe me, after the journey we've had, we plan to take full advantage of having unlimited power and our own sewer connection. And, as if arriving at Mile Zero isn't great enough, we've got company. Our friends Steve and Jane from Golden Anniversary Adventure are here too. We keep crossing paths with them on this journey south, and it's going to be fantastic to catch up with them again. We heard that Dawson Creek had a pioneer village, but we didn't realize the entrance would be right here at our campground. It's so convenient, we can just leave the rig and take a short stroll over to explore. A small donation gets you in, and honestly, we weren't sure what to expect. But the second we step outside, we just look at each other. The size of this village is a whole other level, and the attention to authentic detail is just amazing. The history here is fascinating. It was started by a man named Walter Wright, who had them collect and move actual historic buildings to create the village. But the wildest part is that years after he passed away, they moved the entire village again to this very spot, which, by coincidence, was the location he had wanted from the very beginning. It's like his original dream finally came true. You can learn a lot from the outside, but the story of this place really comes to life when you go inside. Every object tells a part of that story. The pots and pans, the antique furniture. Let's check out upstairs. Seeing these little dolls makes you think about the children who actually grew up in a house just like this. Walking along these wooden boardwalks really completes the experience. You can almost hear the echo of boots and spurs from 100 years ago. It's little details like this that make the whole village feel so real. In a town built almost entirely of wood, this would have been one of the most important buildings around. Let's see what's inside. Wow, two perfectly preserved pieces of history. This one in the front is a classic international harvester from the late 40s, and tucked in behind that looks like an old Ford F-Series from the early 50s. Honestly, our top tip for visitors is to budget at least an hour or two for this place. There's just so much to take in. We're only scratching the surface, but here's a quick look at some of the other highlights. The amount of dedication it must have taken to save all this history is just mind-boggling. You can tell this entire village was a true labor of love. That was a great tour, but now it's time to head back to the rig for some dinner and to do some editing. Tonight's dinner is a campground classic, spaghetti. And our favorite strategy is to cook once and eat twice, so we're making plenty of extra for another easy meal down the road. Well, a beautiful day here in Dawson Creek. Before we head out to our historical adventure, we have an important stop. After so long in remote areas, we're not passing the chance to restock at a big modern supermarket. And that brings us to the local Save On Foods. All right, let's grab a cart and see what they've got. Okay, now we're talking. Just look at the size of this place. The shopping cart may not be big enough. We have so much appreciation for those little northern stores, but the fresh produce section is always where you feel the limitations. Here, though, it's a completely different world. All right, provisioning mission accomplished. Let's get this haul back to the rig so we can go explore a famous curve in the old highway. It feels a little strange to be driving north again, but we're backtracking about 16 miles up the Alcan to find the turnoff for the old Alaska Highway and the Kiskatinaw Bridge. Now, we had contemplated pulling in here as we drove down in the RV, but we were not sure there would be a spot to park or even to turn around. Okay, here we are. You know, seeing this spot, I think we might have been able to turn the rig around, but that's only because it's empty. If there were a few cars parked on the side, no way. There it is, the distinctive curve of the Kiskatinaw Bridge, arching gracefully over the Kiskatinaw River. What a beautiful piece of history. Although it's a pedestrian-only crossing today, this bridge was once a vital part of the highway with a 25-ton limit. The route had to be changed in the 1970s because modern, heavier industrial trucks couldn't use it. The river and the gorge below are absolutely beautiful. Let's see if we can get a better angle on that. From up here, you can truly appreciate what a masterpiece of engineering the Kiskatinaw Bridge is. It was the first curved timber bridge ever built in British Columbia, and that iconic 9-degree curve wasn't for looks. It was a practical solution to the challenge of building on the steep, rocky banks of the Kiskatinaw River Gorge. Construction started in November 1942 as part of the huge push to build the Alaska Highway. It took civilian contractors, supervised by the U.S. Public Roads Administration, just 9 months to complete this entire structure. And here's the most amazing part. The whole thing is made from over 500,000 board feet of British Columbia fir, all treated with creosote to preserve it. Seeing it today, it's just a stunning tribute to the incredible speed and ingenuity of those wartime crews. What an incredible piece of history. Now we noticed the Provincial Park Campground on the way in, so we're going to do a quick drive-through and scout it out. This is the campground at the Kiskatinaw Provincial Park. It's dry camping only, but the fee is a very reasonable $20 per night. There are 28 sites in total, and as you can see, it's wonderfully quiet during our visit. It looks like a pretty good mix in here. We're seeing several spots that could handle a big rig, alongside plenty of sites that are better suited for smaller trailers or vans. Wow, and look at that. A few of these spots are prime real estate, backing right up to the gorge. Imagine having that view out your window. And with that, our historical side trip is complete. Let's get back to our campsite and settle in for the evening. There's just one more thing for us to do here in Dawson Creek to make this journey official, but that will have to wait until the morning. Good morning. It's a travel day, but we have that important mission to take care of first. And even before that happens, breakfast. For our final big breakfast on the Alcan, Dang is making her amazing fried rice. I know that might sound different to some of you, but it's a go-to breakfast in many Eastern cultures, and for very good reason. One of the best things about fried rice is how simple it is. It's a quick one-wok meal, and we can throw in our leftover rice and whatever vegetables need to be used up. It's definitely become one of our go-to recipes. Absolutely delicious. It feels like this whole trip has been leading up to this one moment. With breakfast done, it's time to head into town and find that iconic Mile Zero post to make our journey complete. A little creative maneuvering here. We're taking the roundabout all the way around to swing back into the parking lot. So this is it, Mile Zero. And look at this, we have it completely to ourselves. What a perfect quiet moment to take this all in. We've seen so many people start their dream trip from this very spot, but for us, this is where our dream comes to a close. It's hard to sum up the last few months. This wasn't just a trip, it's the fulfillment of a lifelong dream. And you know, we can't call this trip complete until one last thing happens. There's gotta be a sticker.
I think I found a perfect spot for us right here. Our sticker fits in between everything and it's central right in the middle.
And placing this sticker is the final act of a bucket list dream. It feels surreal. Thank you all for sharing this journey with us. We hope we've shown you the reality of this trip, the good, the challenging, and the absolutely spectacular. If you're out there planning your own trip north, we hope our videos have been helpful. And if you're just dreaming about it for now, we hope we've convinced you to go someday. This adventure is complete, but we're already planning the next one. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you down the road. Oh, and if you don't mind, hit that like button and subscribe. That really helps us get our channel out there to more viewers.